Hi there, this is Mohammad Abbas from Computer Tech Skill. In this tutorial we are going to learn about links and header and footer. Well, let me tell you all about links and header and footer in this tutorial. The very first thing that I'm going to tell you is that how can the hyperlink work? Well, let me tell you something. Let me go to desktop. Let me go to screen and show the desktop. Well, now we are there on screen. For example, we are having new Microsoft Excel worksheet. Well, if I double click on it, it will be opening. But the thing is that I want to open it inside Microsoft Word by making the link of that. So try to go for hyperlink, and there is an option known as, and try to click on document and try to click on desktop. So you'll find new Microsoft Excel worksheet. Hit OK. Now the link of that file or that Microsoft sheet is made. How can we utilize that? We can utilize that by holding the control or the command button on keyboard and left click of the mouse. See, now it is opening for us and it can be working. So it is the way to use hyperlink. Let me tell you briefly once more that you can make link of any of the things, any of the software, any of the folder. And let me tell you the second option, which is known as bookmark. Well, let's try to understand what bookmark and cross-reference are working like or for. I may tell you like this. Well, for example, you're having 10 lessons or 10 chapters, and also you're having the name of that lesson and information or data that is related to the same lesson. If you want to search that, you cannot search it by scrolling down or by scrolling it up. So it is so much time consuming. So you're supposed to be using bookmark and cross-reference for these two for this purpose. Let me type any chapter name. For example, we do not have any chapter name or any lesson name, so I type some names of countries like America. Well, now I have typed this lesson name America. So you need to be typing something that is related to America lesson. For example, data of that lesson. So I may not have that much data to type, so I have to going for formula like as equal to RAND close. We are now having this formula. I have to be copying it and pasting it at the bottom. How can we copy that by shortcut way, and how can we paste that by shortcut way? Well, we can copy that by holding the control or the command button on keyboard and press C button. Now it is copied. Now if you want to paste it, you can paste it by holding the control or the command button and press V button on keyboard. See, now it is pasting. So now I have pasted it maybe three times. Let me type second name of any lesson, like for example India, and try to paste the formula. The thing I am pasting is something related to, or consider it like this is the data that is related to India's lesson. And also consider this India word as lesson, and the rest of the text that is related to India, consider it like it is the data related to India. It's talking about India. Let me type the third name. Let me type third name and try to paste 3 or 4 times formula. And let's try to type the fourth name, China, and try to paste. And let's try to type the fifth name, Iran. Now I may have typed 5 names. So let's suppose if I had typed maybe 50 names, So how could I find any of the names, like which lesson is present where, or what lesson is present where? So I need to be having any sort of mechanism through which I can reach myself to all of these names or all of these lessons. So let's try to go to top and try to select America, go for bookmark, and try to type whatever you have selected. Like for example, I have selected America, so I need to be typing America again. In order to make sure that if I want to find America, so I have to be typing in bookmark America. Let me select the second name and try to type India. Let's go for the third name. And third name is exactly what I have told you, Nepal. And let's go for China. And the last one, Iran. Well, I may not be typing more of the names because of time consuming. And now let's try to find any of the names I need or I want. Let's suppose there is name known as China. How can I find that? I may find that, but that is lengthy way to find that. So I have to be having this mechanism through which I can go and reach myself. So let's suppose I want to find China name. I have to go for bookmark and type whatever I want. For example, China. If I hit enter or I use go to option, I may be going to China so much easily. If I want to go for Nepal, I may be going for Nepal so much easily. I can reach any of the name so much easily. So that is what is related to bookmark option. Let me tell you more that how can we use cross-reference. Well, we have to be using the same data which I have typed or which I have used for bookmark option. How can we use that or utilize that? Well, let me type some names. Let's try to review that. How many of the names have we typed? The first one is America. The second one must be India. The third one is related to Nepal, China, and Iran. America, India, Nepal, China, and Iran. So I have to be typing the names. America. The second one was India. The third one was Nepal. The fourth one was China. And the fifth one was Iran. Well, what I have to do is to go and select lesson name like America and go for home, and there is an option known as heading 1, and try to use that heading 1 and try to come at the bottom. Let's try to come at the bottom and select India and use the same option, heading 1, and a little bit come down, select Nepal, go for heading 1, China, heading 1, Iran, heading 1. I think names are finished. Let me tell you, I have typed just 5 names. So you go for maybe 50 names, 100 names, or 200 names. That is just the way to find the data easily. This is what is all about. So what I have to do, I have typed 5 names of the same lessons which I have used. What I have to do, I have to go for insert and try to select the first one, go for cross reference, and there what you have to do, reference type, you have to be selecting heading. When you select headings, all of the names will be showing in headings because I have already added that in heading. So I have selected America, I have to be selecting America there too and insert that. Close, hit enter to come down one step. Select India, go for cross reference and select India. Hit enter, Nepal. Hit enter, China. Hit enter, Iran. Go for Iran, insert that, close that. Well, 90 and 80 of the percentage is completed. What I have to do, this is a little bit changed or a little bit different to bookmark, that how can I use all of these tools or options or cross-reference to find the data. Well, what I have done is, I think so enough. Now I need to find, how can I find that? Well, any of the name I want to find, I just have to hold the control or the command button on keyboard and just select anyone I want. For example, I want Nepal. I have to be clicking on Nepal, provided that I have to be holding the control or the command button on keyboard. So select Nepal. If I want to go for Iran, I have to be going for Iran so much easily. So that is what is all about cross-reference and bookmark. I hope you have got the idea about these three options, which is, I think so, one of them related to hyperlink, second one is bookmark, and the third one is cross-reference. Let's try and understand about, let me try to just delete these names and the rest of data should be on its own place. Well, what I have to do is, I have to be selecting, for example, these three paragraphs. I have to select that and go for comment. Let's try to understand what comment is used for. Comment is something that you want to share, or your opinions, or you want to comment, or you want to show your views about what you have selected on interface. For example, I have selected, so I have to be typing, that depends upon my wish, that depends upon my need. Whatever I have selected, I have to be typing that. Like for example, three paragraphs. This is just what I want to type. I have to be typing this one, and I can go for comment. Just try to write maybe John. So you're free to use that and use all of these options according to your need and use. What I have to do is just to make you understand how does it work like, or what does it work for. And good. So I have commented, I mean maybe thrice, maybe 3 times. So the moment I move my mouse there, it is indicating me that it is related to the same thing, and it is related to that part, and this is related to that part or this part. So that is what is all about. Let me go some steps back by holding the control or the command button and press Z button on keyboard. Let's remain the data on its own place, because this will be working for us. We most probably everywhere need any sort of data or any sort of formula. I'm repeating that whatever options we do have, we're supposed to be typing something, formula or whatever, in order to use all of these options. Let's try to understand about what is header. There is header and footer group. What is header? Well, let's try to use that before I explain that. Blink header. See, I have to be double clicking at the bottom of this line. See, type here. Well, I'm sorry for not typing any of the things. Now let's try to type something. For example, my data. Let's try to suppose that. Now it is not editable as long as you double click on it. It is not editable, or it cannot be removed from this place. Now what I have to tell you, that it will be coming on every page, because this is known as something related to header. Header means the part of head, the part of head of any page. So you can anytime edit that by going to insert tab and go for header and try to edit header. You can go for this and select that and change its color and increase the size and bring that even to middle. See, so you can type any of the things, like for example starting. That depends upon your work, that depends upon your choice or your mind. Whatever you want to type, you can go for that. Well, what I have to do is by going to insert, header, and remove. If I want to remove it, I have to be using remove header. Now it is removed. And there are some of the styles that if you want to apply, you can go for these styles, but I really recommend the simplest one known as blank header. But you can sometimes go and use all of these, which everyone must be having its own name. So that's all about header. And if you want to remove that or even edit that, well, for example, let me type something, John. Well, for example, I want to edit that. Instead of John, I want to type something else. So I have to go to edit header and select that and type America. See, now it is changed. So I have to remove it, remove header. Let's try to understand about footer. Footer is something which is as same as the header was, but it is a little bit different to header because you can judge it by its own name. Header is something that is related to the head part, and footer is something that is related to the foot part, or foot area, or foot place, you can say. So you can go for type here and type whatever you want. For example, you want to type it ending the world. Now what you have to do, you have to click there, you have to double click there. Now it's not editable as long as you go for insert and try to go for footer and edit footer, and then you can edit that, select that, change its color, increase the size or decrease the size, even change its font size. Algerian, you want to go for Algerian, you want to go for any sort of style, you can go for that, and even you can bring that to middle. So you can just play with it. Let me remove it back by going to footer and remove footer. Let's try to understand the last option of our tutorial, that is known as page number, and most important part of MS Word tutorials. So I have to be making you understand like this by going to page number and top of page and click plain number 1. See, page number has come there. So what I have to do, I have to double click there. Now it is what is known as page number. You can go for the next page by scrolling it down, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Well, there are some more interesting options inside page number. If you want to remove that, you can go for remove page numbers, and there is the second part of this page number is known as bottom of page, which is something is coming at the bottom of the page. That is something mattering. Remove page number. Well, I am making you understand time and again to fit this in your mind, that if you want to remove that, you can go for remove page number and remove it back. And there is an option known as page margin. You can observe it by its small, you can say image, or you can say logo, or you can say page. See, it's coming there, page 1, page 2, it's coming at the side of the page. Let me remove it back by going to page number and remove page number. Well, there is an interesting option inside page number which is known as format page numbers. What I have to teach you is format page number. Well, this is some time needed if you want to start your page from number 45 or number 20 or maybe number 75 or any of the number you want to start your page with. You can go and you're free to use this option, format page number. Click on that and start it. Now you are free to type what you want to type. For example, you want to start your page from 55, so try to type 55 and click OK. Now nothing happens because you need to be going for page number, top of page, and click on this. See, your first page has started from 55, 56, 57, 8, 9 and 60. And at the last, let me repeat that for you. If you want to remove that back, you have to be going for remove page numbers. Well, that's all for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more. Thank you so much for watching the tutorial. See you in my next tutorial. Bye bye for now.